HBO Max has went through now and replaced HBO Now and Go, and now it simply just has a normal HBO that has limited stuff on it, and then it has HBO Max. And basically, what's happened is the HBO Max is similar to Netflix and Disney Plus. It's secured a lot of big budget stuff, and they have their own originals. And basically, what's happened now is that, and them taking care of everything, they did not secure the proper distribution deals. So the Roku and Amazon Fire TV people at this current moment in September will not have these apps, the new HBO and HBO Max. Um, and both of them together, kind of represent like about 70% of the um, streaming devices in the U.S. So, um, effectively, right now, you just have to wait on that. You'll have to keep watching on the other two platforms for a moment. Um, so, another thing that's working out pretty good with this is that they have DC TV shows, Studio Ghibli, the Criterion Collection, Friends, The Big Bang Theory, Rick and Morty, and Doctor Who, and the new episodes of Adventure Time. Um, so as of right now, it's going pretty well. Also, HBO Max will have podcasts on its programming, so that's going to be kind of interesting. They're working with iHeartRadio to get a few originals in place, and also they've got a few things from TBS, and then their biggest thing right now is Raised by Wolves, directed by Ridley Scott. Um, Also, with their Max Originals, you're going to get this whole fabled Snyder cut of the 2017 Justice League, which is a while away. Um, so, at $15 a month is kind of pricey, but HBO Max is going to try to win you over with, having friends. And at this current moment, they're going to start filming the Friends reunion. So that's the biggest ticket right now for HBO Max. The Way Up, centered around a lady who has a nervous breakdown, and she's teaching English as a second language. 11/22/63, James Franco. It's a show based on him stopping the assassination of J.F. Kennedy. Dimension 404. It's sort of like Twilight Zone. Narrated by Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. The Handmaiden Tales. That's like the bread and butter of Hulu. One of my favorites. The Great I have not seen, but I've heard good things about. Another one I like is Castle Rock. A fairly good show based off of some Stephen King books. High Fidelity. It's got Lenny Kravitz's daughter in it. Fairly good show. Was canceled though. The Act. That's another show that you can kind of get twisted into. It's about a mother abusing her daughter by fabricating illness and disability, something that goes on in the world. And Addie Bryant's Shrill, one of my favorite shows. It's also got a good comedic background to it. And then I think like the biggest show that's on Hulu right now, Little Fires Everywhere. Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington. It is one of those race relation shows. It kind of baits you into it. And lastly, Solar Opposites by Rick and Morty creator Justin Walloon. It kind of parallels Rick and Morty. Voices are kind of similar. It's one of those deals where I'd say, if you like Rick and Morty, you'd watch that. And then one more just for comic book fans, Marvel's Runaways. It has references to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Pretty good show. Just gotta watch it, and if you're a comic book person, it'll fit your mode. Okay. Okay, top five shows going into September 6th. Raised by Wolves on HBO Max, The Boys on Amazon, Cobra Kai, which is a YouTube sensation on Netflix, Lucifer, which is being resurrected from Fox, and P Valley by Stars. It's one of the biggest urban shows that's on right now. More exciting things going on with the streaming services. Amazon Prime just secured itself as the home of MLS, Seattle's Sounders Football Club, for the next 3 years. Little interesting thing about that is MLS is also tied into ESPN Plus. So a lot of the sports content, I always just say to people, just go with ESPN Plus. I mean, you're gonna find what you need. If you need specialty stuff like wrestling has its own um, streaming app. MLB TV, NBA, everyone has their own little streaming deal. Another interesting thing is Verizon Fios, not Verizon Wireless, but Fios, their landline service, is offering Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus to their customers for free. Um, in the next set of events, T-Mobile is offering Netflix, Quibo, and MLB TV. AT&T is offering HBO for free, HBO Max, excuse me. Apple and Viacom announced that Apple TV, CBS All Access, and Showtime Anytime will be a package deal for $14.98. It seems like everybody right now is trying to get you geared in and get you to get a bundled service. Apple TV has a few things. In a change of events, it seems like Amazon Prime Video and HBO Max are top tier right now because their shows are the most popular right now. Um, it just seems like right now everybody's trying to get their hand in the bundle because we're in a different type of atmosphere now with the internet this year. Everybody's got their kids at home. They're doing some type of learning over the internet. So at some point, children are going to be home more. It's going to be more TV watched, obviously. So with all the stuff going on where the children are going to be at home learning and stuff, um, they got to have stuff to watch. They got to have something to do, something to entertain them. And I just see it, now that all these TV providers are like, hey, these kids are not going back to school at least until January. And if they are going to school, they're going 2 days, 3 days here or there. So the package deals are here. I'm surprised. Thing that gets me is that Cartoon Network. I would think that they would have put together a streaming service, or maybe Nickelodeon would have, like, outside of Viacom's deals, would have made some type of Nickelodeon with some kind of paid show on it, or something nostalgic with like David the Gnome or something on it to work out the difference in TV cartoons across the board. But you know how these companies are. They figure Hulu's got it here or there, and they'll just keep going. But let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk some more about it later. So to finish out this last bit of my streaming episode, talk about Quibi. Quibi, T-Mobile gave to me for 6 months for free. The only reason I really checked into it, 7-minute episodes, 10-minute episodes, really got a good show out of Free Ray Sean. Free Ray Sean was really good. 15 episodes. Probably one of the better shows that I've seen. It's a shame that it's such a short show. And there was just so many different episodes that they have that are small that make the show pretty good. Let's see, another one that was pretty big for me was Flipped. Flipped was really good. Survive was alright. But there's so many that you can watch that'll just keep you intrigued, and a lot of star power there. What was it? Was it the most recent show? I think was Chrissy Teigen. But it's so many like actors and actresses with shows on here that you just kind of just don't want to like miss out on things like Blackballed with Chris Paul and about the whole LA Clipper scandal. Um, Another good one was Skirt with Offset. Like I said, there's so much star power on there. Then even Nicole Richie has a show on there called Nikki Fresh. Um, like I said, just so many. ESPN has a little thing on there. Even Anna Kendrick had a nice little show on there. Um, like I said, so many just quick little shows. Some of them just 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes. Memory Hole, which was pretty good. The Sauce. Some people like that. It's a dance competition. Uh, like I said, if you get a chance to get on there, if you got T-Mobile, it's a free service. You can check it out and see if you like it. Hart, Kevin Hart. Just having that kind of short on there, that was really good. John Travolta being in that. Like I said, Quibi kind of took me by surprise because I said, earlier I didn't have too much to say about it in the previous um, podcast, and I have nothing but good reviews for it because the thing about Quibi that it's like, we all work a normal job. You get two 15-minute breaks. Well, I pop in and watch an episode on one of these breaks, or, in my case, I have an hour-long lunch. So I was able to watch actually a series in just a little bit of no time. And, that's kind of nice to just have something quick. Yeah, you do kind of want more of it, but, for attention-wise, 15 minutes, that's just something you can just do if you're not texting or talking to someone or anything like that. The only thing I do not like about Quibi right now is Quibi is only a cell phone. It's not available on any other platforms because, I'm the type when I'm in the house, the good old Xbox, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch, I'm something on one of them, or I'm out in the public with my projector. I can get access to Quibi on that, which is a nice, when I'm on the go, but it'd be nice to have it on one of those systems, because like I said, people carry those around, not everybody carrying a projector. And other than that, that's how we're going to wrap up this episode. And I thank you guys for listening to West Virginia Commonplace. So after going through a bunch of series that I watched, I found something interesting, but it's fairly short. Is Don't Trust the Bitch in Apartment 23. Very, very funny. James Vanderbeek was a little bit over the top. It was pretty good. Outside of that, I need some of y'all to give me some help. What's the next thing I should watch? These are the things that I have accomplished in life. That's Lost, Scrubs, Quantum Leap, I don't know, Murder, She Wrote. I've watched quite a bit of shows. I just need something new. And no, I've watched Burn Notice, but I will not watch Great Game of Thrones, or Walking Dead or any of that stuff like that. Certain things that I'm going to just leave for other people, and I'm going to take their word for. And yes, I've done Breaking Bad. I'm waiting on Better Call Saul to finish up, and then I'll go back and watch that, because I watched 1 or 2 seasons of it. I liked it, but I was like, man, I just need to let this play out and see how long it lasts, and then I'll come back to it. Watch Pretty Little Liars, and that other show, that American something. I'm not talking about the American Horror Story or whatever that is. I have not watched that yet. But just give me some shows, and I'll watch them and see what I think of them. And, I'll try them on the projector, different things. Out in North Carolina this week, so it's a little different pace for me. But, yeah, no doubt I wanted some new stuff to watch. Movies I got on lockdown. We'll do an episode about movies later. And anyway, thank you guys this week for tuning in. Welcome back to West Virginia Commonplace. I told you guys that I was going to come back and do a review of the Mirar micro projector from the Element series. It's the M29. Once again, put together with Texas Instruments DLP technology for a bright, crisp image. 640 by 360 native resolution. Its LED lamp lasts up to 20 hours for projecting time, 2 hours built-in rechargeable battery, two built-in 1 watt speakers, audio out 30.5 millimeter, up to 50 inches on the screen, um, HDMI output for games and uh, other things that you can hook in with an HDMI cable. So dealing with this thing is it's a little box, not too bad. Has a bottom underneath it that you have to put on a tripod. The one thing I always like about these Mirage or whatever, they're fairly inexpensive, and you can pretty much pick them up at Walmart. They're like $119. Um, they're pretty much good for like 2 or 3 gamers and intimate type events. The only issue I have with it is that with Mirage, they don't have a native system built into these cheaper ones. So you gotta have a streaming stick, a Fire Stick, or something else to hook into it, which you can run the Fire Stick through the HDMI, use the USB with the voltage that's coming out to actually run power from it, run a micro USB from the back of this thing if you don't want to make it truly portable. Have all that hooked up in the back, turn on the mirror, you got the projection screen 50 inches, and you have basically a TV. Um, Nothing much more to it. When you stretch it past 50 inches, you have to work with the focus a little bit here and there, but it works out pretty good. A lot of times you can find these on eBay in different places right now at $59 or something to that extent. Has a volume button, a power button. Um, like I said, with these Mirrors, the one thing that you have to think of is like if you can find these things dirt cheap, not at their regular retail price, they are very awesome. I mean, outside of that, it's very hard to give this thing like an awesome rating and stuff like that because, like I said, it's a very entry level. A lot of times, like people use these. I use it with a Nintendo Switch once in a blue moon because once again, that's a source going to it. But with the other projectors and stuff that I've reviewed and talked about, I like those simply because you can plug and play. I put a hard drive to it, or like with the Nebula capsule, it's already got Android and something built into it to have all my apps and everything on it that I want to use, like Quibi and stuff like that. So if you're in the market, you find this pretty cheap. It's a awesome entry level Pico projector. Um, like I said, you got a speaker in the very front of it, speaker opening on the right and on the left side of it. Um, Fairly low on the fan noise. Um, I would really like I just say to you, it's got a spot for the tripod to hook into it. Is one of those deals where just if you need a little something or you're out somewhere, like the whole deal with these projectors in the whole beginning, a projector is just supposed to be a bigger screen or either an alternative, in my opinion, to having a TV. You can hang this thing upside down and it's amazing if you get the Fire Stick hooked up because it's just right there in place. Um, Once again, on the Mirror website, they're going for $129. You can find these on eBay, dirt cheap. I wouldn't really spend any more than 59 or $70 on one of these, for the simple fact that there's other items out there that are just a little bit better, um, that you could get. But like I said, for an entry level, comes with a more charging cord, and they come with the best HDMI cord you can get. The HDMI cord is a little bit under 16 inches. Um, Really hard to find those HDMI cords, but um, once again, that's one of the things that makes it unique. And like I said, entry level price is not bad. But if you go on Walmart, you're going to see that RCA in there for $79.99, and you're going to be like, hey, why am I spending an extra $60 when the RCA has a built-in file system so you can play your episodes and everything you want to do on that end. And I want to thank you guys for listening. And once again, I said I was going to do a short review on that. And thank you for your time. West Virginia Uncommon Place coming back with some more episodes.